everyone. Sorry I'm not here today. I really didn't know I wasn't going to be here today. I didn't plan this at all. I literally just found out yesterday at 11:45 after you guys had left for the day, most of you. So I really apologize, but I will be back tomorrow, so please be on your best behavior. Remember that if your name is left behind because you were either unproductive or you were being disruptive, then you will get lunch attention when I return. And although I haven't been doing this in the past, I will start calling home because at this point I should not be getting any names written down about any of you. My expectations are way too high for that, and you guys need to rise up to that occasion. But I have no plan of sending any of you to lunch attention or calling home because I know that you guys will all be on your best behavior and you'll take care of business. But we're going to start off with our warm-up as we always do. So actually this should say October 25th, so I'll go ahead and fix it right now. But remember that I am looking for a whole 5 to 7 sentence response, even though there are 3 questions. So 5 to 7 sentences altogether. But number 1 and number 2 have to do, you guys should have answered this with the assignment from yesterday. So these have to do with our slavery simulation we did the other day. So just write the answers to these. From what regions were enslaved Africans taken? And to what countries or regions were enslaved Africans brought to? And then number 3, and this one you should do a little bit of research if you don't already know the answer. So just a quick Google search on your phone or on your Chromebook. What is the difference between chattel slavery and indentured servitude? So go ahead and look that up really quick and write out a quick 2 to 3 sentence definition or description of these. And that's going to be your warm-up for today. So the sub can go ahead and pause this right here while you guys write for about 10 minutes. And when you guys are ready, then continue on. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and keep going. So for today, you are going to be reading an article. So let me get to that page. This article is going to be divided in about 3 parts. So part 1, you're going to read and annotate. For your annotations, I will talk about those briefly in a little bit, but I will be grading you on your annotations. Okay, part 2, if you would like to discuss with a partner, then you may talk about which annotations you guys annotated, what you found interesting, what you might have found confusing. Okay, sometimes we don't really understand something ourselves until we talk about it or that somebody else explains it to us. And then part 3, this is where you're going to use your knowledge of transatlantic slavery to break down the parts, the purpose, and the complexity as it relates to race as a social construct. And you're going to do that through answering a few questions. So once the sub passes out a copy of the article to everybody, then I'm going to have you guys follow along with me. So notice part 1, read and annotate. These are some of the symbols that you guys may use in order to annotate. And these are right over here. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Okay, so you may underline or highlight ideas that stand out to you, and you may use some of my highlighters. You can circle words that you do not know or understand. You can put a question mark or just ask the question of anything that you need clarification on, or draw a quick little eyeball if there's anything that you can really visualize, that you can actually see. Okay, before you guys begin, I do want to explain my expectations. So right over here on page 4, notice that these are level 1 questions. Okay, so these are questions that are explicitly about the text, and you can answer these questions just by reading through. So these questions are pretty easy, and I can expect a lot of you guys to have the same questions because they can be found directly in what you read above. Whoops. Okay, so along with this, I want to know exactly what paragraph you found your answers in. So please go ahead and number your paragraphs starting right here within the history of the world. You should have 16 paragraphs altogether. So number your paragraphs so that when you answer number 1 through 6 on pages 4 and 5, then you can tell me what paragraph you found your answer in. Now, your level 2 questions, these are questions that require you to analyze the content of the text. So you do have to do a little bit of critical thinking and analysis with these. So the answers to these questions will require critical thinking, and your answers will vary, meaning that nobody's answers to these questions should be the same at all. Okay, so you're going to use a separate sheet of binder paper, and you may have some of my paper over on the table to answer these questions. What I'm looking for you guys to do is to meet my expectations. You're going to select 2 of the questions below and write a short response of about 3 to 5 sentences. Okay, so these are the questions down here. There are 4 for you to choose from. Now, if you are looking to exceed my expectations, then you will be getting extra credit. And all you need to do for that is to select 3 or more of the questions below and write a short response of 3 to 5 sentences for each. Again, if you do 3 and you exceed my expectations, then you get extra credit for this assignment. Okay, so right down here is how I'm going to be grading you. So everyone should be here. You're going to meet my expectations. You're going to complete all of your level 1 questions and 2 of your level 2 questions. For the annotations, everybody is expected to do 2 or more annotations per page. I don't want you to do 1 annotation per page. Everyone must do 2 or more annotations per page in order to get full credit for this assignment. Okay? So you may read together if you wish. Okay, you may work on these questions together, but I do expect to see your own thoughts, opinions, and critical thinking for these level 2 questions here at the end. Now, this is a 100-point assignment that is due before you leave today. Okay, notice I said it's 100 points. It's going to be the biggest assignment to date. So you can't afford to turn this in late at all. This is a lot of work for you to just earn 50% on. Please work diligently, work thoughtfully, and work the entire time so that I can give you that passing grade that I know you guys all want. Okay. Please go ahead and just get to work. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear any groans. And I will see you guys here tomorrow when I come back, when I return. I'll tell you guys all about what I was doing. And then I expect to see nothing but fantastic work from everybody. All right. You guys be good now. Bye.